The great Pokemon reset, adjustment. Some people were saying crash. I don't know what you want to call it. Stagnation is what I'm starting to hear from a lot of people as well. So, I made a video on this yesterday, and honestly, it wasn't like this is my opinion kind of video. It's more like a reaction to Alpha Investment, Rudy from Alpha Investment, also Nostalgianomics, because he had a video discussing it as well. And if you don't know, there was a follow-up video today, obviously not from me, but from Alpha Investments. Magic and Pokemon markets get shaky. This is a 48-minute video. I did watch it all. I recommend if you have nothing to do, like maybe organize your Pokemon or you're taking a bath. That's what I did. I took a bath. I like to listen to longer podcast kind of deals or something like this. I never think you should blindly ever follow anyone on the internet, especially if you don't really know these people. You don't know their motives or anything. So take it with a grain of salt, including me. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You guys don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. That's why you're still working a 9 to 5, just like me. Okay, we're just trying to live and survive out here. I think you need to take it for entertainment and for what it is. Now, in Rudy's initial video, not this one, but the one that I made a video on yesterday. So if you don't know, Rudy predicted literally the day before that we could go as low as a negative 20% in the market. And lo and behold, the next day, coincidentally, so he says, Rudy says, coincidentally, there was a massive sell-off in the stock world and also in the crypto world. So I know a lot of you don't care about Bitcoin, but you need to understand that they all kind of connect. And I'll lead this back into Pokemon. So look here, the cryptocurrency market led by Bitcoin experienced its largest single day liquidation in history on October 10th through 11th. So this really depended on the time of day. You can see today that Bitcoin has retraced to 109,000. This also affected stocks in a major way. Dow drops almost 900 points. S&P 500 declines the most since April after Trump's new China tariff threat. To just show you how much of a drop that this was, the high for Bitcoin prior to what had happened with tariffs was 122,500 and then instantly dropped to $104,000. Guys, that's an $18,000 drop. So I know what you're thinking. Well, DJ, this is Pokemon. This has nothing to do with what goes on in the world. And to that, I would respectfully say, guys, you got to understand, there's nothing special about Pokemon that protects it from what's going on in the world. When the stock market crashes, when the crypto market crash at the same time, you have to ask yourself, why would that not bleed into something like a collectible? Whether that's comic books, whether that's Pokemon, Magic, coins, it doesn't really matter. It is certainly going to bleed into those spaces. It has not happened yet, and I'm not saying it will happen, but for sure it has had a ripple effect, as Alpha Investments like to put it in his video, and it's got people thinking, wait a minute, the scalpers, the people at the top that are holding these things that maybe just recently got into it, the flippers, whatever you want to call them, they're going to get a little taste of panic. And then when things trade sideways, maybe now all of a sudden for this new ETB from Mega that came out that they were getting $100 for, you'll start to see them go for 90. And then they're not suddenly selling at 90, and it gets a little bit of panic. It gets a little bit of fear out there. I know, and I'm guilty of it as well, having the word panic or market reset or so in one of my titles. And so then people will come into the video and they'll just automatically see the title and they already know what they say. But I do appreciate people who actually watch the video, whether you disagree or not. It's at least important to consider this information. I think if you're looking for MSRP, this will certainly not be the opportunity for you unless you're looking for something like White Flare, Twilight Masquerade. I mean, those are pretty much MSRP, at least in my locations, maybe like plus $5. Even Surging Sparks, I think is like $70. I was trying to finish my master set for Black Bolt today, and yeah, I saw it for like $70. So it's pretty close to MSRP. I mean, it's never going to be at MSRP, I think, anytime soon, but it's close enough, right? So honestly, if you're MSRP gang, I personally think you should be rooting for this and be happy that this happens. On a personal level, I would love to see some sort of retracement, whether that's 10% or 15% or something in between. It doesn't really matter. 20%, sure, let's do it. I'm all for that. Not saying that that will happen, but I would love for that to happen, because as someone who's a store owner now, I can't get inventory or product easily at all because people will not give you a deal. as they shouldn't, right? Like if you're trying to sell something, I do agree that yes, you should try your best to maximize 100%. However, if you're selling like 50, 100, 1000 of a certain item, I don't know. I think it's a little ridiculous to, yeah, sure, you can go for 100, but to ask someone else to do all the work, legroom for you, I don't know. It's kind of lazy at that point, but that's not really what this video is about. I think 3 to 6 months ago when I was buying collections, people were much more reasonable to that fact. They were like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take 85%. And sometimes I would talk them down to like 83 or 80. And every now and then you get something a little lower, but people are a little more reasonable. But now the people that you are dealing with, at least in my anecdotal experience, people are not budging at all. And it feels like I'm not dealing with collectors at this point. It definitely feels like I'm only dealing with scalpers and they want 100%. This is the market, no matter what, without question. And you try to be reasonable with them. Like, dude, you're trying to sell online. You know, if you go on eBay, they're going to take 13%. I'll offer you that 13% off. No, 100%. So yeah, I think there needs to be a reality check for sure with people. 100%, you know, if you were to message me and I was selling something and you made sense with it, okay, yeah, I might be able to work with you. That's logical. But no, right now the market has just been silly. Now, you might be wondering as well, well then, DJ, you know, if Bitcoin crashed, if the S&P, if the stock market, which really controls most of the world, if you think about it, I mean, it's the United States, right? If they're suffering so much, how does that affect the Pokemon? I didn't see it today. I looked at the price of Destined Rivals. I looked at the price of Lost Origin. I looked at Evolving Skies, and it was exactly the same, DJ. So what crash? Well, guys, it's not like, it doesn't happen like that, right? It doesn't happen that quickly. And again, I'm not even saying there will be a crash. Please watch other people's video and consider what they're saying. But it's not something that happens like that. It's an idea that happens in their mind. It's the thought of, wait a minute, maybe I can't buy all the Pokemon up and I won't be able to have 30 people try to buy it. Suddenly only 20 people are buying it. Slowly, the next few days, the next week, whatever it is, now only one person's buying it. And so things start to slow down. Some people are on credit cards, some people are not. I know plenty of people who have lots of money that don't ever use credit cards. So I always find it interesting. Maybe it's just like a meme at this point that everybody is buying Pokemon with credit cards. I've never used a credit card really for anything that I've bought, unless it's like my internet bill or something small just to keep credit history going. But I never used that. So I always thought that was kind of weird that people are like, these scalpers or these guys are always using credit cards. I don't know. Is that really what people do? Do people really buy on credit to that extent, that where like they can't pay their bills if they don't pay these items off? I'm not sure. But my point is this, it's not something that you're going to see overnight, right? It's going to be a very slow, burnt kind of thing, right? It doesn't just happen quickly. Now, what I have noticed in the outskirts of Richmond, Virginia, is that I'm starting to see more and more listings, and they're actually sitting. The prices have not come down. The most recent ones being Mega Evolution. I am seeing a ton of product come online. But again, it's not like it's selling, right? So usually I would see, I don't know if it's a Target restock, a Walmart restock, I have no idea. But I would see them on Facebook Marketplace and maybe I'd see 5 and in like an hour, almost all of them are gone. Now I'm starting to see 10, 20 listings, still for market pricing, which is I think about $90 to $95 for the Mega ETBs at the moment. But then I check a few hours later and pretty much all of those are still for sale, which then shows me, again, just in my area in Virginia, like, people are not buying as quickly as they were. Now, if these scalpers or these flippers, whatever you want to call them, all of a sudden this week couldn't sell as fast, they're probably going to consider that. People at GameStop, you know, I'm sure there's lots of good collectors out there that go to GameStop and open, and my hat's off to you. I don't really care what you do or don't do with your money, but maybe next time they'll think about it. Should I really go to GameStop at 3 a.m.? Should I really camp the night before? Or will I just go an hour before? See, if enough people start doing that, it starts to change things. And then you realize, wait a minute, is this even worth it, right? Start going to GameStop when they open and maybe you just walk in because you start going from 100 people in line to 75 people in line to 65 people. You see my point? So like, I don't think you're going to see a full-on crash by any means. A slowdown simply happens very slowly, right? I mean, it's a slowdown, guys. It's not a halt. Nobody's saying that all of a sudden things are going to be 20% off tomorrow. Something else to consider is the failure of Magic the Gathering, at least recently for Spider-Man. Now you can go on to Amazon and find them for $455. That's right, folks. $455 when this was $1,000. There was no serialized cards. I know this isn't a Magic channel, but it's worth considering that now, oh my goodness, they have to go under MSRP. What effect do you think that has? Do you think that the S&P 500, the crypto space, the Magic the Gathering space, all these things have nothing, no influence? Nothing is gonna harm Pokemon? It's just gonna be hype, 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 hype? Sure, that is very possible. I'm not going to deny that, but I do think it's a little unrealistic that if everything around you is going bad, you're not at least gonna consider it. You're not gonna think about it. This isn't really the collector that I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the people that are buying up all the product and they're getting it from these restocks or however they're getting it and selling it to you all, and they don't really care about Pokemon at all. That's the people that I'm talking about. Listen, I'm in it for the long haul, so honestly, it doesn't really matter to me whether it goes high or it goes low. I'm trying to build a sustainable business. I would love to get more product and closer to MSRP, if not below MSRP. Why? Because I want to sell long term. That's what DJ's Poke Center is all about. You know, I want to land distro a year or 2 or 3 from now, so that way I can give all of you a good deal. I can sell to you at MSRP or maybe 10% above MSRP. It just depends what distro's selling at that time. So yeah, you know, in my situation, I have to deal with a lot of these people and aim to pay around 70 to 80% to then pay, you know, 9.1% in taxes and fees, and then to profit about 10 or 11%. I'm okay with that margin because I know I'm working towards something. I do want to thank all of you because we just broke 600 subscribers, and honestly, I just started this YouTube channel. This isn't my first time on a YouTube channel. I think this is like my 3rd or 4th that I've really committed to. So I really appreciate all of you. And thank you so much to those who just listen and leave a comment. And even if it's a bad comment and you hate me, the only people I really don't like are the people who obviously read title and comment. How do I know? Because often when I first upload a video, let's say it's 8 minutes or it's 10 minutes long, instantly there's a comment that's like, "You're hyping it up about the crash." Like, bitch, did you even watch the video? I know you didn't watch the video because I just uploaded the video and you commented on this already, and it's only been 2 minutes. I watched my own video to make sure, you know, I didn't make any mistakes, or there was like something I should have edited out in the middle that was huge, like a pause, or the audio didn't work or something. So yeah, I appreciate all of you. If you made it to this part in the video, put in #red. Hashtag red. I ended up pulling a Seismitoad with my son, and he did pull the BWR Zekrom, so super excited about that. Almost done with Black Bolt. I appreciate every single one of you. Please like and consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Like I said, if you're looking for some Pokemon, I'm almost fully sold out. I'm trying to restock it as much as I possibly can, but hey, the market's hard. It's hard to get product. It is djspokecenter.com, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ's Poke Center, signing out.